Wave control is a term that is thrown around often by pro players and analysts, yet most players still don't fully understand the more advanced tactics of controlling minion waves. Today I wanted to share a Korean freezing technique that has been around for a while and is seeing more play lately. Originally, this technique was usually only used by top laners during the period of time where top laners would commonly freeze their lane to deny the enemy top laner farm. However, we're now seeing it used much more commonly in the top lane and bot lane matchups where you want to deny the enemy laner more farm than would otherwise be possible by standard minion pathing. So to get right into it, the idea is that you want to intercept the enemy minion wave before it reaches your minions, group up the melee minions together, and then drag the group melee minions onto your first melee minion. What this does is cause the first 3 melee minions of the enemy wave to all start attacking at the same time, causing your minions to die faster, forcing the enemy wave to shove onto you, and enabling you to create a lane freeze. The further into enemy territory that you drag the enemy minions, the faster your wave will push onto you because the enemy minions will get to the wave before your minions do. Using this technique, you can turn a lane reset into a hard or soft freeze for yourself. Now that we know how to do it, let's talk about some realistic applications of this strategy that you can use in solo queue. If you've ever played top lane against a champion like Nasus, you know how frustrating it can be to try to deny him. If you push him into his tower, he's able to farm and lifesteal at his tower, and if you only last hit, then you're still not able to deny that many minions because the wave will shove into his tower after 1 or 2 waves regardless. To deal with this, you can use this technique to form a freeze on your side of the lane and prevent him from getting anywhere close to your minion wave. After a lane finally does start to push to his tower, you can call for your jungler to come gank because you'll have a massive minion wave to tower dive him with. In some cases, you'll even be able to dive them yourself because of the amount of experience and gold you've denied from them. If you don't want a hard freeze in lane, you can instead build a large wave to dive or push with. In the clip you're watching now, you can see that Deft uses this strategy but doesn't attempt to fully freeze the wave, so ends up pushing into their tower. However, because the freeze forces Eshel to back, they're able to tower dive Morgana and secure a dragon afterwards. The benefits of using this strategy is that it prevents enemy laners from roaming or recalling safely. For example, if you freeze in lane normally, your strategy is very predictable. You want to keep the enemy minion wave as large as possible so the wave will continue pushing onto you. This means that when you finally decide to break the freeze, you won't have a very big minion wave to push with and the wave will be near your tower. With the soft freeze strategy, the wave will be somewhere near the middle of the lane and you'll be able to pressure the tower within a moment's notice. It essentially allows you to build a bigger wave for pushing than you would normally be able to given a lane that had just been reset. Keep in mind that because it does soft freeze, you'll still be able to deny more experience and gold from your opponents than you would normally be able to, so it's advised that given a lane that has just reset, you should always at least soft freeze a lane like this. A hard freeze like in the first example isn't always advised because of the aforementioned reasons, but a soft freeze has pretty much no downsides if you're looking to deny your opponent. Do keep in mind, however, that you need to be stronger than your opponents to pull this off, or else they won't allow you to perform the freeze. Before we end the video, let's go over a few tips for freezing. The first tip is to not harass your opponents or walk too far ahead of the minion wave. If you harass your opponents when they're in roughly 800 range of their minions, those minions will aggro onto you. The reason you don't want to do this is because it stops enemy minions from killing your minions, which causes your minions to push into the enemy tower. Also, if you walk too far ahead of the enemy minion wave, the range creeps tend to attack you instead of your minions for some reason, so try not to do that either. The second tip is pretty obvious, but make sure you're last hitting the minions at the absolute lowest health possible. If you're a ranged champion, you can move in melee range to make it easier last hit if you're having trouble. Third tip is to allow friendly ranged minions to waste their auto attacks. What I mean by this is that if a minion has one more auto attack until death, let all of your range creeps fire an auto attack at it before killing it. This causes your minions to waste an auto attack on a dead target, which will enable the enemy minions to push harder against you. The last tip is to not kill a minion if you don't have to. If there's an enemy range minion with 10 health and none of your minions are attacking it, there's no reason for you to kill it. It's still outputting the same amount of damage as a full health minion, so let it do its thing. Once you see a minion trying to finish it off, go ahead and get the last hit on it. That's all I have to say as far as this freezing technique goes, so hopefully you guys have learned something from this video. If you have any questions about this technique or freezing in general, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. As always, thank you all for watching, good luck in your games, and I'll see you all next time.